We live in a world of measure. If you think about it, everything we do is measured. We get A's, we get B's, we get C's. We don't meet production goals, or we do meet them, or we exceed them. Good, better, best. We do it all the time. We measure everything. God does not. It's not a matter of measuring. If there is a more, it's just that we move beyond where we are today. Increase our faith. Unfortunately, they left out the verse right before it, a couple verses right before it. Sometimes when they break these readings, I wish they would talk to preachers more, because it would really help. They leave out sometimes the most important part. Peter has just come up to Jesus and said to him, "Lord, how many times must I forgive my brother? 7 times?" 7 is very generous, by the way. You and I know that we have trouble getting by the 2nd and 3rd time. He's at least willing to go 7. And Jesus says, no, 7 times 70. And the apostles respond, increase my faith. Help me, Lord, by faith, to be more forgiving than I know my heart can be. Jesus says, it takes just a tiny little bit of faith to make all kinds of things happen. To make me more instead of less. To get me from point A to point B, but there's a C after it, and a D, and an E, and an F, and on and on. And when you're done, you can double them and start over, and you can just keep going like that. Because there's no end to it. When does this more end? It ends when they close the box on us. And we're all done. Until that time, increase my faith. It ought to be a little prayer that's on our lips all the time. How can I bring myself to forgive this person who has hurt me so deeply? Because God does demand that. It's not optional. Lord, increase my faith. How can I be more generous than I am and less neurotically concerned about, security or whatever else, whatever it might be, whatever the issue might be? Oh, Lord, how can I do this? Increase my faith. How can I get one more ounce of patience with this child or that person at work or this person at work or whatever? How can I do that? I'm at my limit. Lord, increase my faith. What do we do when we say that? What we're saying is, I'm out. Fill me. Why don't we do it? Jesus says if we had faith to do it, we could get a mulberry tree to be uprooted and moved. What's he saying? Nothing is impossible to grow by faith. Lord, increase my faith. Lord, I don't know how I'm going to get through this difficulty. I don't know how I can get this hard heart and hard head of mine to get realigned as you want me to be realigned. That's the issue. He states the terms of discipleship, not you and not me. How do I get myself in line with him? Lord, increase my faith. I just don't think I can make this change. Lord, increase my faith. It's a beautiful word. Increase my faith. 3 little words that ought to be on our lips all the time. It's really beautiful. I think in our measuring, as we measure ourselves, we think if we do our duty, that's enough. Don't we? Well, I go to Mass on Sunday. I keep the commandments most of the time, and when I don't, I go to confession. And I got it over, and that's it. I give up fish like I'm supposed to during Lent on Fridays. I fast Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. No, I do everything. Be careful. Your Jesus says that is not enough. He says that when I've done just the things I'm obliged to do, when I've not allowed that more to take place, that growth, that movement in me, that change in me, especially attitudes, because that's where most of our problem is, that when I don't allow that to happen, I'm not working at that. Just say, I'm a useless servant. Useless servant. I've done just what I was obliged to do. Words, I dare say, I don't think we want to have to say when we stand before him.